pretty neat. I mean, you can really get some interesting icons in here. Maybe I want to see bars next to these items. It's like one of those cell phone commercials there. The more bars, the better. Conditional formatting, icon sets. I can also do check marks and X's. And of course, I can go to more rules, and that will tell me, okay, it's going to be green when it's greater than or equal to 67%, yellow when it's greater than or equal to 33%. Icon style is 3 traffic lights. I could reverse the icon order. I could show the icon only, and I could change this to a specific formula. Greater than or equal to. I could do a specific value based off of a formula. I could do a specific number. Green when the value is greater than or equal to 8,000. Okay, we've got a lot. Conditional formatting, clear rules from entire sheet. All right, let's go back and select this range of cells again. Styles, conditional formatting, and let's take a look at some of these items. Highlight cell rules. Maybe I'm just looking for a greater than. And this is my formatting, greater than 8,291. Hey, how about greater than 10,000? We're really going for $10,000 a quarter. This is light red with dark red text. Hey, maybe I want yellow fill with dark yellow text. Or just green fill with green text. Maybe I just want a red border. Look at all these different options. And of course, I can go to a custom format where I can choose blue as my border. And font, I can make it bold. I could change it to dark blue or leave it as black, which is the automatic. Okay. Okay. Now, that was our goal, right? We sent all our salespeople out and said, hey, try to sell $10,000 or more, and then you're going to get a bonus. Now, as we're looking through all of our data, all of our information, we can see how they did. Hey, bam, Jack and Larry, they did the best. We're going to congratulate them in the meeting, and we're going to give them a bonus. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to manage the rules now. For the current selection, well, obviously nothing's in there. This worksheet, how many rules do we have in this worksheet? Only one. Cell value greater than 10,000, this is what it's going to look like, and it applies to this area. Maybe we want to change that, and we want to add this range of cells to it also. I'm selecting Control on my keyboard so I can add to that range. Okay. Now we don't have anything greater than 10,000. Let's change this to 11,000. There we go. So this range is incorporated into our conditional format as well. Let's go back to manage our rules. Maybe we don't like this rule. We can delete it. Okay, hey, it's all gone. Maybe we want to contract everything and just look at based on region. Let's go ahead and select this area, Styles, Conditional Format, highlight cell rules that are less than $240,000. Okay, quite a bit because really our West totals did the best, and of course our grand totals aren't going to meet that mark. All right, let's go back to Styles, Conditional Formatting, clear the rules from the entire sheet. Let's expand everything again. Select this range, go back into Styles, Conditional Formatting, Top, Bottom rules. Maybe I want to see things that are just simply above average. Oh, we had a lot of items that were above average. Maybe that's too much though. Let's clear this formatting. I want to see the top 2 values here in this selection of cells. Styles, Conditional Formatting, Top, Bottom rules, top 10 items, top 10%, bottom 10 items, bottom 10%. Instead of top 10%, let's do the top 2%. All right, so this met the top 2% of our values. Maybe we want to manage that rule and edit it. We want the top 2 values instead of the top 2%. Okay? Okay, here are the top 2 values here within our north region. I'll go back to Styles, Conditional Formatting, Clear Rules from Entire Sheet. Let's go back to Styles, Conditional Formatting. We can create a new rule also right here, or of course any of these items we can get into more rules. They open the same dialog box no matter how you do it. Here are pretty much what we saw in those menu items already. Format all cells based on their values. Format only cells that contain, hey, a cell between, how about $5,000 and $7,500. No format set by default. Whoops, let's change these. Light blue, okay, okay, there we go. Clear rules, back to styles, conditional formatting, new rule. Format only top or bottom ranked values. We just saw this previously. Only values that are above or below average. Only unique or duplicate values. Duplicate or unique. This doesn't make sense here in this range, but you might remember we had some duplicates. We have two 8854s here. Style, conditional formatting, new rule, only unique or duplicate values. We'll set a format for it. Let's turn it green. Okay. Okay. And we have a lot of duplicates here. 8854, 9406. So all of these actually are duplicates. And we might have our suspicions raised here. Why do we have all these duplicates? That doesn't make any sense. What is the logic behind all these duplicates? Let's go back into styles, conditional formatting, new rule. Use formula to determine which cells to format. Any formula that you want to create will work here. You can have conditional ifs, you can do averages, you can sum, you can compare entries. We're just going to do a simple one, is blank. This is a function. Cell C9. If it's blank, we want to make that background yellow. Okay. If it's not blank, as soon as we hit delete though, it is blank. I can hit Control Z for undo. That's not just for cell C9 though. It's anything within that range that I had selected. Notice it was just in that range. I'm messing up my data. I'm going to click undo to get rid of all that information. So, isn't that great? I want cells that are blank to stand out. We can do another formula. Maybe I want all of my even or odd rows to be a different color. Of course, there's a command that you can do this already in your styles, but we're going to go to conditional formatting. We want a new rule. Use formula. We're going to do a modulus. That is simply a mathematical formula that compares two items and figures out what the end result is. If the after it divides, for example, 2 by 2, the modulus is 0, which means it's even. 3 divided by 2 has an odd number. That's 1 point something. So that having a modulus indicates it's odd. So equal sign MOD for modulus. I'm going to look for the rows. This is just a built-in function. It's going to look at the row number. Divided by 2. If it equals 0, that means it's an even number. If it equals 1, that means it's an odd number. That's our modulus. What's our format going to be? We have a light blue in here. Okay. Okay. So all of our even rows have a blue background because the modulus comes out to 0. An even number divided by 2 equals 0, or has a no remainder. A modulus is the remainder. The whole point of doing both of these items was that you can do conditional formatting based off of a formula. By using a formula, you have total control over how the contents of your cells are updated, and it can be pretty fantastic. Here's all of the formulas that we have within this spreadsheet. Of course, we can delete items, we can edit items, whatever it is that we'd like to do. Now, of course, if you didn't want to do that conditional formula with the modulus, you could always format it as a table, and then from the formats that are built in there, you could have every other row that changes to a different color. Well, I'm pretty happy with this spreadsheet. We have it grouped. We have some conditional format criteria set up so that we can scan through quickly and easily and ascertain what we need to from this spreadsheet. We summarized quite a bit of information here. The first thing we did was take advantage of that subtotal command that exists on our data ribbon. That automatically grouped information for us, outlined it, but we could also get in there and remove levels of the outline or even add our own new outlines in there. There's also an auto outline command that can make your life pretty easy. We even summarized our grand totals by creating our own formula. Conditional formatting was how we were able to change the contents of a cell or the look of a cell based on specific criteria. Criteria that just lives in Excel on its own, or criteria that we come up with on our own by creating any formula that we could possibly think of. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.